Middlesbrough and Aitor Karanka. So far, it's been the perfect match. In his first role as a manager, the proud Basque has led the club back into the English Premier League.
This is my first role as a head coach, and I'm also the first foreign coach in this club's history. But I think they could see from the start my desire to do things well. I think for the people here, Middlesbrough is similar to what Athletic means to the people of Bilbao. I think it's more than a club, in the sense that people don't just go to watch a game where the team either wins or loses. I think the support of the whole area is what's shaped the club, especially in times when the region is perhaps going through a bit of a rough patch. To be honest, I think football and a club like this are a good escape valve for everyone.
Steady progress has been the key for Karanka. In 2015, Boro were denied Premier League promotion in a playoff defeat at Wembley. Just a year later, they had another shot at the big time.
I've been here for 2.5 years, and when I arrived, I found a club and a region that were going through tough times. I think they'd been in the Championship for 4 or 5 years, and unexpectedly, we reached the playoff final. As everyone knows, we lost, and at the time I said we hadn't gone up because we weren't ready. The following year, you could see that we were better prepared, the players, myself and the club, and we managed to achieve our aim. Gradually, I think we're managing to bring back the optimism, and I think this is very important, to be able to go to the Riverside Stadium to see 32,000 people at every game, enjoying the kind of atmosphere that I think people used to experience here in the past.
Karanka made his name as a stylish centre-back with Athletic Bilbao and then Real Madrid, where he won 3 Champions League titles.
I remember arriving in the locker rooms and finding myself next to Schuker, Mijatovic, Fernando Redondo, Roberto Carlos, Seedorf, Panucci. And there were the Spaniards there too, those Raúl, Fernando Hierro, Canizares, Manolo Sanchez. To me, it was a dream, because I was able to share a changing room with all of those people. If I had to choose one of them, I think Zinedine Zidane is the one that impressed me the most. The quality, the elegance, everything Zizou brought to the pitch was there for all to see.
After a brief spell in the MLS, Karanka retired from playing. He was coaching Spain's under-16 team when a phone call from a friend in 2010 transformed the course of his career.
He told me that Real Madrid had called and that Jorge Valdano wanted to speak to me because Jose Mourinho had asked me to be his assistant. To begin with, I thought it had to be a joke because I didn't even know Jose. I'd never met him. So to start off with, I was convinced it was a joke. But it turned out it wasn't a joke. It was real.
Those 3 years under Mourinho at the Bernabeu convinced Karanka to take the plunge himself.
To be honest, it's strange, because it never crossed my mind to become a manager when I retired from football. After working with Jose for 3 years at Real Madrid, you realise that all those fears you might have had, or things that happened to you in your career with certain managers that may have put you off, aren't a problem anymore. Jose has a manner where you watch the player, you talk to the player, you explain things to the player, you speak to them honestly, and you realise it can work. And the truth is, right now, I love it.
Karanka is set to cross paths with his mentor in the Premier League this season. For Middlesbrough and their coach, honesty and simplicity are their foundations for the future.
When I first arrived here, the first meeting I had with Steve, the owner, I told him if he was employing me because I was Spanish and he wanted me to get them to play the same way the Spanish national team was playing back then we'd need to start signing Xavi, Iniesta, Sergio Ramos and all those guys. And that just wasn't possible. So it's been a gradual process, because my style is to try to organise a team the best I can, to make sure we play to the best of our ability, so we can compete against some really incredible teams and world-famous managers. I think this is the most important thing, that people can see that Middlesbrough Football Club is doing things well, and that we're a club that's on the up. It's where this club deserves to be, for its organisation, its facilities, and for everything. And for me, it makes me proud to have been able to do it in just 2.5 years in a difficult situation, and to be the one that's taken the club back to where it should be.